In this video, I'm going to show you how to 10 times the amount of leads your lawyer website generates with PPC testing. All right, I want you to imagine the best marketing consultant you can think of. What would they do for your business? Think of anybody you can think of. There's so many people out there, and think about what they could bring to you. The funnels they can create, advertising copy they can write, all the marketing programs they could set up, all the social media platforms, all the advertising copy, billboards, TV ads. Well, guess what? Even the best marketing consultant doesn't know what your customers know. In fact, the best marketing consultants are your prospects. So if your best marketing consultants are your prospects and your clients, how do you get that information out of them? Well, every single day, there's a constant stream of people searching for your services on Google. Advertising on Google through pay-per-click allows you to tap into this stream, and you can run different messages and test different messages, and over time perfect and optimize a well-oiled machine, a sales funnel for your business that's going to produce a ton of clients, and this reflects in so many different forms of advertising and marketing that you do. If you've ever ran a pay-per-click campaign for your business, you know right away that within minutes you start collecting data, and the amount of data that you can get from a PPC campaign, especially with Google Ads, is insane. I mean, within 10 minutes, I'm seeing the keywords that are getting impressions, clicks. And the beautiful thing about pay-per-click is you have this consistent stream of customers searching on these keywords, and you can run tests. You can do A/B tests, you can run multivariate tests. There's all different types of tests you can run within your ad copy and your landing pages. So let's talk about all these different types of tests, and then how to take that intelligence and move it into the other forms of marketing that you're doing. Use it on your website and your landing pages, everywhere else, and really stand out amongst the crowd. All right, so the first thing you can test is your ad copy. And this is important because keywords are going to be getting impressions, and you're going to be serving ads in front of those people searching those particular keywords and search queries. You have the ability to test which ad copy your market is going to respond to best. Do they respond to wording like free consultation, or do they respond to something like a case review? You don't know that until you test. So you want to test your ads. Does location work? Does the keyword in the headline work? All these things you need to test in your ads, and that's intelligence that you're gaining, and the performance of your campaign is going to improve over time because you're testing and measuring and knowing what works. Beyond testing your ads, you can test your landing pages. So you test the page that person lands on after they click your ad. And the process of improving that landing page is called conversion rate optimization. And that's a whole science in itself, because you need to understand direct response marketing, and you need to understand the principles of why a person takes action. Success with Google Ads and pay-per-click marketing is all about relevancy. So how relevant is that ad to that person's search? And then when they get on your website, how relevant is that landing page and the copy on your website to what's going on in their head? What's the internal conversation going on? You need to mirror that, and you need to reflect that in order for them to take action. And you need to be a credible person and credible firm in order for this person to turn into a lead. All right, so what are the types of things that we can test on our landing pages? First one is headlines. The headline is one of the most critical elements on your landing pages, because it's the first thing that our eyes are usually attracted to, that and the images on the page. But the headline is the content. That's the information you're getting into that person's head. And you need a strong headline that's going to rope them in, or we say hook them in like a fish, grabs them by the mouth and hooks them into your copy, into your firm, into what you're going to provide this person. Now, here's some things you might want to test in your headlines. One could be a question. Let's say you're an injury attorney. Ask a question. You could use an if-then type of scenario. If you've been injured, then you may qualify for financial compensation. Give a strong call to action after that, and that could be enough right there. Also, you may want to test using the keyword in the headline. Something we do with our clients is we'll dynamically insert the keyword that person searched into a headline somewhere on the page. And what that does is that's super relevant to what they're searching. So if they were searching for injury attorney Boston, the page they land on has a headline that says injury attorney Boston. Now, you may also want to test location in your headline. Location could be powerful, especially if you're a local law firm. There's all different types of headlines you can test. If you do a search for headlines to use in your PPC landing pages, there's so many options for you to choose from and run tests with. All right, the next thing you could test on your landing pages is the placement of a phone number. This is huge because 80% of the traffic these days is mobile. And a lot of people want to call for that consultation. If you're a local law firm, most of these people are looking for a consultation, and they want a response fast. So for them to get to that phone number is critical. And you could test various placements. One is the top navigation bar. That's pretty obvious. Most people look for a phone number in top navigation. So get your phone number right in the top navigation bar. If it's mobile, you need that to be clickable too. So click to call. You don't want somebody to have to highlight your phone number and then toggle over to their phone to call, because that's more resistance, and it's going to deter people from doing this. So make it as easy as possible for someone to reach out. Click that number. You can make it look like a button, and it's going to increase the response. You might also want to test out other placements of the phone number. You can, as you're scrolling down, have different placements of that phone number. And if you have the capabilities, you might even want to make it sticky. You could either have it at the top or bottom. You would have this bar that would be sticky, and it would stay on the top or the bottom no matter where your prospect scrolled. So as they scroll through your page and they're reading, there's always a call to action, or there's always a phone number for them to click through. And this increases response rates dramatically. All right, testing different types of phone numbers. So you could test an 800 versus a local phone number or a vanity phone number. And all three should be tested. You can test and track every single one down to the keyword level. And you could do this through no matter what traffic comes to your website, whether it's whatever digital form of marketing you're using, whether it's SEO, PPC, or social media. If you're national, you might want to use an 800 phone number, because if somebody is national and sees a local phone number, that could deter them, because they're usually looking for local attorneys unless it's a big national case. Maybe it was a class action or mass tort and they're calling. So an 800 phone number could be the best decision to use there. Or you could also use local phone numbers. Even if you're national, you can test local phone numbers. If you're local, you're definitely going to want to use a local phone number, because people want to work with local law firms, and seeing a local number there for them to call makes your location relevant to them. Also, you may want to test vanity phone numbers. If you're big into vanity phone numbers and you use a vanity phone number in all your branding and advertising, use it on your landing pages and test it versus other types of phone numbers. And vanity numbers can be tracked. They can be tracked down to the keyword level, which is critical, so you can measure the difference between how that number performs compared to others. All right, the next thing you want to test is calls to actions. Calls to actions are critical, because if you don't tell people what to do, they're most likely not going to take it. So you need to tell people to call now, sign up here, fill out your information here. And when you give a call to action, it needs to be very specific, clear, and should be very apparent. You should at least have 1 or 2 call to actions above the fold. So before somebody needs to scroll down, whether it's on a desktop or mobile device, they need to see those call to actions. And you could test the different calls to actions and offers that you're running. You might want to test call for a free consultation, or call for a free case review, call for a strategy session. There's all different ways of phrasing the same thing, but in your prospects' minds, they're going to view it differently than you do, and they're going to respond differently as well. Based on our experience, free consultation has been working the best. When people reach out, especially from a search, that's really what they're conditioned to, and that's what they're looking for, is a consultation. Does their case qualify for whatever niche of law you service in? All right, other powerful things to test on your landing pages are hero images. And the hero image is the image that you use on your landing page, whether it's a picture of you, the attorney, someone being injured, or something that represents the service in a visual way. And you want to test different images to see which one works best. Do they respond to the attorney? Do they respond to someone being injured? Do they respond to a car crash? Those are all things that you want to test in your campaigns. So after you've tested all this information and all these different ads and landing pages, you could then take that information and use it in other forms of marketing. So let's talk about how we can do this. So after running a pay-per-click campaign for a few months, you now have keyword intelligence. So you know the keywords that are turning into new clients, that are turning into conversions, that are creating leads for your business. Now you take that and you run an SEO campaign for those keywords, because SEO takes a long time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of content and a lot of building of links, and really a lot of grunt work to get SEO to work for you. And it's going to take 6 to 12 months before you see any return on SEO. So now you have the keyword intelligence, and you could go in a laser focused way, and you're not wasting your efforts and trying to produce content and rank for keywords that aren't going to produce a return for you and give you new business. And you could take this intelligence and use it for the SEO titles and descriptions as well. So part of SEO is getting indexed in the search engines and getting content, editorial content, indexed in the search engines in your law firm's website. How do you know people are going to click on the title and description of your website that's listed in Google? Well, if you ran a PPC campaign in the past, you can take that ad copy that you've been testing and working so hard to improve and optimize your PPC account, and take that over and use that for your SEO descriptions and titles. And that's huge. That has a huge impact because you know the click-through rates, and you know if you're getting traffic from SEO, you know people are going to respond to that. They're going to click on your titles, they're going to click on your descriptions, and you've done work beforehand that your competition has not done. This is taking search marketing to the next level. So not only do you get more real estate when you do SEO and PPC combined, but you know your click-through rates are going to be high on the searches that come through. And that's more traffic to your website, and that's more leads, more clients for your firm. All right, so we talked about the keyword intelligence, the ad intelligence to use in your titles and descriptions. Now you also have the landing page intelligence that you can take over to your website. You know the calls to actions that are going to work, you know the headlines that are going to work, you know the images to use, you know what your prospects are responding to. And now you could take this over to the rest of your website. You could take it over to the various niche pages and services pages that you have and apply that templated landing page to those various niche pages because you know it converts now. And we've produced pages that we've optimized to get 25–30% conversion rates. So when somebody comes through a PPC ad, we're talking 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3 people that are turning into a lead. And that is incredible. That's huge. Now, when you have other forms of traffic coming in, it's not going to be as targeted as PPC traffic, but those conversion rates are going to have a carryover effect to every other type of traffic that comes to your website. And if you apply it to your homepage and the niche pages, any source that people come through, whether it's SEO, whether it's other forms of advertising, they come to your homepage because they've heard of your firm, somebody's recommended them. You know they're going to get introduced to your firm and they're going to get into your funnel, they're going to call, and this is going to lead to more business for your firm. So PPC really is the foundation to running a successful search marketing campaign, all other types of marketing campaigns because of the intelligence that you gain and its ability to run tests in a pretty much controlled environment. In fact, I wouldn't run an SEO campaign without running a PPC campaign first. You're going to invest thousands of dollars into an SEO campaign, whether you hire somebody to run a campaign for you, or if you do it yourself, which is going to cost the time investment is thousands of dollars worth of your time. You now have that intelligence, so where it's going to be that much more effective, you're going to get results that much quicker, and you're going to grow your firm that much quicker. So this really is how you double, quadruple, even 10 times the performance of your website. And that's really how you run a well-oiled campaign on the search engines. So in this video, we talked about how to 10 times the amount of leads your lawyer website generates. And we talked about how to do this through PPC testing and how PPC really is a foundation to any marketing campaign you run online. If you're an attorney looking how to run a very profitable pay-per-click campaign for your law firm, then get my free book. It was written by me, a 12-year authority on Google AdWords and pay-per-click advertising, and 2 veteran attorneys. And we show you how you can start growing your firm and getting new clients in as little as 2 weeks.